back with the CR80 and I'm getting into the engine now. So we're starting to get it apart here. See the coolant's leaking out there. I'm trying to get the head off. So we'll dig into that now and see what the piston looks like. Hopefully it's not too bad. All right, so we'll get the piston off here. Get the head off, sorry. See what that looks like. Oh yeah. Well, that's about what you'd expect. Again, who knows when the last time this was off, so a little bit of oil there, which is normal. I think they're running this thing really, really rich. Cylinder off here and it looks like everything's not too bad. Piston looks in decent shape for the age of it. Cylinder looks like not too bad. Looks a little glazed, but nothing a little bit of honing won't fix. Other than that, I don't think I need to replace the bottom end. Everything seems pretty tight. And the crank bearings. I'm digging into the engine here and everything seemed okay. There's no play. There's no play in here at all. Doesn't feel like there's any play in the bearings, but it's getting pretty milky in there. So that's kind of weird, and plus it goes around okay. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of hard. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it kind of drags right about here. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's hanging up right here. So it comes around pretty smooth. Right about there, starts dragging. So yeah, so I'll have to pull it apart, I guess, and see what is going on there. Probably gonna have to order parts, and yeah, that's part of the game with these old bikes. Got the stator cover off now. Doesn't seem so bad. It's got a little bit of water in there, but I did just pressure wash it today. I don't know how good the seal is or whatever on the cover, but this, I gotta look into that too. That is pretty ugly. It's just a bit of an update on the bottom end here. I did a little bit more digging, and it turns out that it was just the scraping, grinding that I was hearing. It was just the stator grinding on the pulse generator. That little piece right there. So I bent the pulse generator up just a little bit, and everything's turning pretty freely and easily. So that's good news. No bottom end work needed. All right, so we've got some parts in here for the CR80 for the engine. Got all the stuff we need to do the honing. Got the cylinder ready. So after we're done the cylinder honing, we'll get into putting the head studs back on and a couple other things there that I got. So I did a little bit of work to the engine. I rock gutted the cover for the flywheel. I put a new pulse generator on, as if you watched the last video, the flywheel was grinding on the pulse generator as it went around. So I thought I had issues on the bottom end, but it turned out that's all it was. So that was a fairly easy fix. Also, I put the new drive sprocket on, and it turns out these are a little bit loose and everything's proper here, so that's just the way it is. Also, I got the gasket on, and while I was in there, I decided just to order a new clutch, the new clutch discs, and just replace those. I had to do a little bit of filing on the basket to get the new clutch plates to fit, or the new discs to fit, but they went in there pretty good. So I got everything put back together, and now I'm ready to start reinstalling the cylinder and the piston. I got a new piston here, whole kit from Pro-X. I got some new head studs. I got some new flange nuts, and I got the whole gasket kit from Pro-X. So I got the cylinder hone here. Got the cylinder, so we'll get this into the drill and see if we can put the cross hatching back in the cylinder. So just so everyone knows, this is not a how-to video. This is more just me honing a cylinder for the first time. So I've been you know, trying to watch videos and read up on it and see about how it's done. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and hopefully it works out for me. So I got the hone stuck a couple of times, as you could see, but it doesn't look too bad. It's definitely got some scoring in there, if you can see it. Now, whether it's at that 45 to 60 degree angle, I'm not sure. It looks all right, but it's just about all I can do for my first time. I don't want to. It looks pretty well done there now. I don't want to get too crazy with it, because I don't want to bore it out. I just want it to get the glazing out of it. So now they just recommend to wash it with just soapy water. I've got brake clean right there, but everything I've read and watched say not to do that. So I'll do what they recommend and give it a bath in soapy water. So I got it all cleaned up now. It's looking pretty good there. Hopefully that's honed somewhat correctly. I guess time will tell for sure. But I guess the next step is get the gasket on here and get the piston back on here and get the cylinder back on the case. So for the assembly lube, I'm just going to use the Maxima transmission lube. I figure since it runs off it when it's running at 5,000 to 8,000 RPM or whatever, when the engine's running, you could probably assemble the engine with it. So I'm going to use that to put all this back together. And just so I can check the ring gap in there, but it's all good. It's within spec, so we can continue on putting this thing back together. So when you're putting these pistons in, you gotta make sure the IN is going towards the rear of the engine, is where the intake is gonna be. So then when you put your ring on, the gap is going to sit, usually there's a little cutout, right? Or some kind of little dimple or something like that is usually where they want you to put that. There it is, we got the brand new piston in. Went on pretty easy. So now I gotta grab my new flange nuts here, go to my service manual, find out how much torque to put on them, and then after that it's putting them brand new head studs in there. The magic number is 20, so we'll get these zipped down quick and then torque them all to 20 foot-pounds. Of course, you tighten in a crisscross pattern, even just to snug them. I'm actually going to go to 25 pounds. Reason being is because I have to use a pretty long extension. So I don't want to under torque it. So the longer your extension is, the less torque you're going to generate into whatever you're trying to tighten. So I'll just do 5 extra pounds and that should be good. There we go. One quick check. All right, we are good. All torqued up. So now we're going to put these little guys in, the head studs. So on these ones, the round part of the head stud goes up, and the flat part goes into the head. And always important when you're putting stuff like this in to use a little bit of never sees. Always be nice. Be kind to the next guy that's going to take apart the engine, because it might be you. Alright, so now I'm going to tighten these in. So use the double nut technique. We'll take a couple of old nuts and put one on upside down. Put one on regular, then use two 12 mil wrenches, tighten them together as hard as you can, and then torque it down. So I got the head studs in now. I switched to just torquing it by feel, because I put it to 35 pounds and I felt like it was a little bit too much. I backed it off to 20 pounds and I felt like that was a little bit too much. It's like it wasn't stopping turning, and I felt like I was torquing on it pretty good. So I just switched to feeling it out, and got them decently tight. I didn't want to damage the threads in the cylinders. So now I'm gonna clean this off with brake clean and install the head. So we got the CR80 engine done here. We got the new hardware on the top for the cylinder head. We got the brand new spark plug. We got the cylinder hone, brand new piston, brand new ring. We got the V-Force reeds installed. We got the intake boot back on. We got the exhaust flange back on. I got to order a gasket for that. So the rest of the engine is pretty much good to go. I got to do a little bit of work to the kickstarter. We got brand new sprocket on it, and we got a coat of rock guard on the sprocket slash flywheel guard. So yeah, looks like it's ready to go back in the bike. So that will be it for this video. So if you like what you're seeing so far, again, like and subscribe.